Hello everyone, welcome you all. Today's topic is rectifier with capacitor filter. Before we start, what is the operation of capacitor filter over the rectifier circuit? We will try to find what is the need for capacitor filter in the rectifier circuit. After that, what are the different rectifier circuit diagram along with the capacitor filter for half wave, full wave and bridge rectifiers. Later on we will move on to what is the operation of capacitor filter for the half wave rectified output waveform. Then we will move for the concept of capacitor filter waveform, how it is different for half wave rectified and full wave rectified signal. And then what is the impact of discharging time constant on a capacitor filtered output waveform. Okay. Now let us start with what is the need for capacitor filter. So we all know that DC regulated DC power supply is having all these blocks, right? The first block is transformer, which is a step down transformer which converts a high voltage AC input into lower voltage AC output, right? This AC signal is fed to a rectifier circuit. It may be any type like half wave rectifier, center tap, full wave rectifier or a bridge rectifier which converts AC signal into pulsating DC signal which is of DC in nature. You can observe here very high voltage AC signal converted into small lower voltage AC signal, and then it is after applying to the rectifier circuit it looks like a pulsating DC. Now the capacitor filter is playing a role here. So what is the role of this capacitor filter? It will convert this pulsating DC into a fluctuating DC like this. So now this is the actual need to convert pulsating DC into fluctuating DC. This is a need for capacitor filter. Or else we can say that here the ripple of rectified signal we are reducing it, so that we would like to achieve a constant DC output voltage after the regulation block. Okay, so this is a need for capacitor filter. Now we will look on to how the capacitor filter has to be introduced in the rectifier circuitry. Let us observe this. This diagram is for half wave rectifier with a capacitor filter. Capacitor filter, it's a simple task that using a single capacitor in parallel with the load. If we use a single capacitor in parallel with load, so then we can say that as rectifier circuit as a rectifier with capacitor filter concept. You can see here it is a half wave rectifier. AC signal is given to this, and there is a one diode and RL load resistor, and then capacitor is in parallel with this diode. Okay, so you can see here this DC without capacitor, DC with capacitor. Okay, so you can observe this. Now we will move on to another circuitry, that is center tap full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. You can see here this complete diagram is a center tap full wave rectifier. Two diodes are there and center tap transformer is there. Okay, here also you can observe across RL one capacitor is kept, so that a regular center tap full wave rectifier is converted into capacitor into a rectifier with capacitor filter for the center tap full wave rectifier. Now we will move on to how it can be connected for the bridge rectifier. So this is a way how you can connect. So up to this is a bridge rectifier. Okay, after that across the RL once again capacitor is connected in parallel to the RL, so that you can convert the bridge rectifier into a bridge rectifier with capacitor filter. Here also you can observe, so this is a charging time constant. See, this is a charging period. Okay, and these all are discharging period. Don't worry, we will go into charging and discharging concept in the next slide. Now we will move on to what is the operation of half wave rectifier with capacitor filter. See, this operation, whatever charging and discharging of the capacitor is happening, this will be same for even center tap full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. Okay, here we are considering half wave rectified signal, and then over which we are applying the capacitor filter concept. Let us observe how it is working. See, this is a, just a second, I'll go for pointer so that it can help you good. See, here there is nothing is given, so you can connect one AC supply, right? So AC supply is given here. Okay, so after that what happens? this transformer converts your AC, higher voltage AC into lower voltage AC, and then it is fed to a single diode. Okay, this single diode implies that it is a half wave rectifier circuit diagram. Okay, here also you can observe there is nothing is given, you give like a AC signal, okay, as a part of which this lower circuit is acting for the negative half cycle, fine, and upper circuit is working for the positive half cycle. So what is happening to the capacitor in the positive cycle and negative cycle, we are analyzing it. Okay, so let us observe during positive cycle what happens to this diode. This diode will get on, right? During positive cycle this terminal becomes plus, this terminal becomes minus, okay, as a part of which this diode becomes on. As a diode becomes on, so the current will flow like this. There may be a question arises in everyone's mind like why the current is not flowing like this. Don't worry, whether current flows like this or like this, these two elements, this resistor and capacitor, are in parallel, so that they exhibit a equal amount of voltage. So that's what during positive cycle you will get a voltage as just like input voltage like this. So you can observe in the input what it will be there, AC, right? AC in the sense you will be having like this signal at the input end, right? During positive cycle you will be having as usual positive cycle, means this capacitor is charging, so that you are getting a as usual charged capacitor voltage like this. Okay, fine. When this capacitor charges to a peak value, that is Vp, then what happens we will see. When the diode, this capacitor voltage is at above Vp or at Vp, what happens to the incoming signal of the half wave rectified signal? What happens to this signal at this stage? This will be, you can observe, 1 second, you can observe, this is your half wave rectified signal, right? Your incoming signal is going down, right? Your incoming signal is going down, but what happens to the capacitor? What happens to the capacitor? The capacitor voltage is Vp, and this voltage is less than Vp, right? This voltage is less than, this is a Vp, right? This is a Vp point, and this voltage is less than Vp, and the capacitor voltage is Vp, so that this diode gets off. Okay, as this diode gets off, what is the possibility that a resistor can get the current? The resistor will get the current in this way, in this direction, okay, like this direction. Why? It's very simple that resistor always would like to dissipate the energy and capacitor feed the energy to resistor in absence of source. If you would like to enjoy this concept, a link is shared in this description box. Please enjoy that, because the topic name is how resistor, inductor, capacitor works. Okay, so you can find that link in the description box, and it's very interesting topic, you can go through. Okay, fine. In absence of in the absence of source, means there is no source is fed here because diode is off. In absence of source, this capacitor discharges through RL, and that discharging is shown like this. You can observe this. The discharging is shown like this. Slowly discharges. Okay, but what happens when my input signal comes once again like this? Okay, after some time my input signal comes above the discharging of the capacitor. This is a capacitor discharged value, okay, at this stage. At this stage, that capacitor discharge value is this one, but incoming wave is more than the capacitor discharge value, so that once again capacitor starts charging at this location. Capacitor starts charging at this location. After that, once again capacitor discharges, capacitor charges, capacitor discharges. Okay, so this is a waveform you can observe. This is a waveform you can observe after complete charging, discharging of the capacitor across load. Okay, you can see here this it can follow like starting from here, charge, discharge, charge, discharge, charge, discharge, like this. So if you would like to even know about this very well, so we can have this same concept to be divided into 3 parts like this. Let us observe what is this capacitor charging during positive cycle. You can observe. So this is a input cycle given in the first positive cycle. Okay, up to here the capacitor will charge. Okay, you can observe here the capacitor will charge, so that you will get a voltage as just like input voltage up to here. Okay, after this it is shown like 0.7 volt also, that indicate that this diode is a practical diode, so that less than Vp minus 0.7 is the peak value we are getting during the positive cycle whenever the whenever the capacitor is charging. Fine. Now what happens during the whenever the input is below the Vp? Okay, whenever the input is below the Vp, see, this is the case whenever the input is below peak value. See, this is the case whenever the input is below peak value like this. Okay, fine. I am not taking up to peak. I am not taking up to next peak. I am taking up to certain lesser than next peak. Okay, there is a reason behind it. Okay, so what will be the circuit behavior from here to here? Okay, what is the circuit behavior from this peak value to lesser than next peak value, right? So during that cycle this diode is off. Okay, during that cycle this diode is off, so that a capacitor will discharge through this load resistor, so that you can observe this was happened, this charging was happened in the previous case, right? From T0 to here the charging was happened. Okay, from here to here capacitor is slowly discharging, here, but output of this rectifier waveform is flowing like this, it is moving like this, right? So at the same time your capacitor is discharging slowly, input to the capacitor was moving like this. Okay, half wave rectified waveform, right? It was discharging like this, capacitor is slowly discharging. Now the question arises, what happens if my next cycle of the half wave rectifier, what is my next half wave rectifier cycle? So it will come like this, right? After some time this next half wave rectified signal will come like this, right? So it will go like this, right? So whenever my input half wave rectified signal is coming above this point, then what will happen? Capacitor was slowly discharging, this was the capacitor output voltage, right? But after this half wave rectifier is giving me next cycle waveform, right? So that analysis we will do. Let us observe here. During the next positive cycle, okay, after this voltage, that what I have shown in the previous slide. So after this voltage, what happens? Your input is becoming more than the capacitor voltage, means this voltage is becoming more, that is this voltage is becoming positive, more positive than this capacitor voltage. This negative is shown to the capacitor voltage. This whenever this anode of the diode becoming more positive than this cathode, no doubt once again diode goes in a on state, as a part of which you can observe there once again capacitor starts charging. You can enjoy this, right? Fine. See what is happening here. From here to here capacitor was started charging, right? After this input of the half wave rectifier is going down, but the capacitor is not discharging just as like a input half wave rectified waveform, so it is discharging slowly like this. Whenever next cycle of the half wave rectified waveform is coming, then once again capacitor charges. Okay, likewise it will continue, and as a part of which you can observe these are the waveforms for half wave rectified and full wave rectified with capacitor filter waveform, right? See, this is a half wave rectified waveform. Yes, it will charge, it will slowly discharge like this, once again it will charge, slowly discharge like this, once again it will charge, slowly discharge like this. Okay, this is a waveform for half wave rectified with capacitor filter. Coming to full wave rectifier with capacitor filter, how does it looks like? It looks like similar, but there is a slight difference. What is that? In the full wave rectifier circuit, you will get the next positive cycle earlier than the previous one, that is half time earlier, right? To means when if it is coming after 5 seconds, it will come at 2.5 second only. Okay, so you can observe here this half wave rectifier will not have a cycle here. Okay, it will have a cycle here, right? Okay, in the full wave rectifier you will have a cycle starting from here only. Okay, just a second, you will have a cycle starting from here only, so that whenever capacitor was slowly discharging, you will get a next cycle earlier in case of a full wave rectifier compared to half wave rectifier. Once again you can observe like this, slowly discharging, charging, slowly discharging. Is it clear all of you? I feel you understood the difference between half wave and full wave rectifier with capacitor filter concept, because here there is no cycle in the uh, positive axis, because it is a half wave rectified waveform, and here you will have a positive cycle above the zero during full wave rectified signal, so that the capacitor discharging ends early and it will start charging. Once again it will discharge, it will charge. It's very simple. In case of a half wave rectifier, up to here there is only one time charging and discharging happen, but in case of a full wave rectifier, up to here there is one charging, discharging, second charging and discharging, means two times of charging discharging happening up to here. Okay, is it clear to you? In half wave rectifier only once charging and discharging, in full wave rectifier charging discharging, like two times it is happening. So this is a major difference between capacitor filter output for the half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. What is the major thing you can observe? Even though the slope for both the discharging is same, even though the slope for both the discharging is same, you can see this slope is same for both the discharging, but the difference is what? Here the cycle is coming early, so that you will feel less ripple. See, what is the ripple? This much is the ripple you are having here. Okay, this much is the ripple you are having here, but when you see here, this is a ripple, sorry, just a second. So this much is the ripple, it is more, right? Okay, so this is a major advantage, like why we do go for full wave rectifier compared to half wave rectifier also. All right, even though the slope is same, but the ripple is more in case of a half wave rectifier with capacitor filter compared to full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. Now we will move to the next concept, how this discharging of the capacitor, discharging time constant of the capacitor impact on the waveform. Before that, we will see what is discharging time constant of a capacitor. See, it is given by T, or sometimes it is also given like a tau. Tau is equal to R into C. What is R and C? Yes. What is R and C? R is a resistor and C is a capacitor. See, it's very interesting concept. See, discharging, how slowly my mobile or my any charged battery is discharging is decided by this tau is equal to R into C. Okay, do you know what is its unit? Its unit is seconds. Very interesting. Means you can choose what will be the discharging time constant as per your resistor and capacitor values. Very interesting, right? If you want a millisecond, if you want a second, if you want a microsecond time constant for discharging, you can choose, and on choosing resistor and inductor, resistor and capacitor. And even there may be a formula like tau is equal to L by R. So, but here we are using a capacitor for charging and discharging, so that tau is equal to R into C is the concept, and the unit for this time constant is seconds. Okay. So what do you think? Discharging should happen fast or slow? So that what should be the value of discharging time constant? Yes, think on it. How should be the discharging should happen? What is our thought? Like our mobile is charged, how it has to discharge? It has to be discharged fast or slow? Yes, mobile has to be discharged slow. Okay, means capacitor to discharge very slowly, right? So that's a concept. Discharging time constant tau should be very much high. This tau should be very much high, so that it can discharge slowly, right? Our target is to discharge slowly, right? As a part of which tau should be very high, so that it should take like seconds, 2 seconds, like that, okay, to discharge my capacitor. Okay, so how do you make this tau should be very high? On keeping R and C high. Okay, if you don't have a option for a capacitor, like higher value of capacitor, then you can use a higher value of resistor, so that tau should be very much high. If the tau is very much high, so that our batteries will discharge slowly, right? So that's a concept. So we will see, like if discharging time constant we have to keep very much high, on doing that, how the advantage we are getting. Let us see. See here what is there. You can observe the same waveform is there for both above and below. Here also same waveform is there, here also same waveform is there, but you can observe like how the charging discharging is happening. Yes, here the discharging is taking means up to here, right? But here the discharging is very taking up to here only. So what is the reason? Yes, can anyone help? If the discharging time constant is large enough, you can understand here, and this is a diagram for discharging time constant is small enough. Okay, means discharging time constant is small, means it will discharge fast. It will discharge fast, like this, fast discharging, so that it will go to zero earlier. Okay, if the capacitor is discharging fast, means it will go to zero as earlier. Discharging time constant slow means discharging is slow, means it takes a time to go to zero, like in infinity it will be going to zero after 1 hour, 2 hour. But here the discharging is going fast. Here the discharging is going fast, like after 20 minutes, 30 minutes it is discharging to ground, right? So that discharging fast means this curve slope is more. Discharging slow means slope is less. You can understand major difference between this diagram and this diagram. Here the slope is same, here the slope is same, so that the discharging of both the waveforms is same, but here the slope is different. You can observe this slope is different, right? You can find by using mathematics the y is equal to mx plus c m value, right? Here the slope is very less, here the slope is very much high. What does it implies? Here the time constant is very small, so that it will discharge early. Here the time constant is very much high, so that it will discharge slowly. By around 2 hours, 3 hours it will discharge. Here it will discharge by half an hour, so that this level of charge, this is peakly charged capacity of the capacitor. This is a capacity of the capacitor after particular time, 0.2, right? Here also you can observe 0.2. By 0.2, what is the capacity of the capacitor? It is here only, but here you can see, just a second. Here you can see like it took around complete one cycle, one scale, one division. You can see here it took very small amount of discharging of the capacitor is happened. Okay, thank you all for your patience listening. I hope you enjoyed this session. And this video I already stated, to understand charging and discharging of the capacitor along with resistor, you can go with the one of the videos in the same channel, and the same link I am sharing in the description box. Thank you for your patience listening. We will see next concept in the next video. Thank you.